To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a missus. Nowadays, with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting. Dating is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it. Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations.
Guys, here are 10 red flags that you must avoid at all costs while dating. All right, let's get into it. Easily triggered. An inability to control her emotions. Attention-seeking behavior. Look at that social media. Leads with her sexuality. An inability to take constructive criticism. Unwilling to see your perspective in things. Extreme insecurity. Plays out in possessiveness in the relationship. Always the victim. Manipulative. Narcissistic behavior. Men ain't the only ones who can be narcissists. Gaslighting, defensiveness.
Are you able to trust it? Presently, nearly every action you take may be perceived negatively by women. Whether you approach them with courtesy or assertiveness, the situation remains problematic. Nothing is adequate, even if you do everything they request. Furthermore, failing to satisfy their expectations is also a red flag. It is highly likely that your spouse or romantic partner has debated numerous concerning aspects of you with her companions, and she continues to dwell on these notions during your interactions. There is a humorous trend in contemporary dating, whereby women desire the benefits of a relationship without the obligations. They desire chivalry and traditional relationships, but are opposed to virtue and exclusivity in exchange. It appears that women have difficulty determining their own desires. They are readily influenced by social media and their peers. Therefore, if her peers approve of a gesture that was acceptable yesterday, it may become a red flag today. From my perspective, it is a major red flag to date for years without progressing toward exclusivity or matrimony. It raises eyebrows to have spent so much time in the dating environment without finding a life partner or committing. This is true for males and females alike. Partner hunting shouldn't be this difficult. Young men, be prepared to receive some muddled signals. Contrary to what women claim they desire, what they are willing to tolerate, and what they truly desire can vary considerably. It seems that everyone has red flags. Such is life. It would be fascinating to see retirement communities populated with individuals who abandoned dating due to its difficulty, cohabitating with women who maintained unattainable standards. Women who report going on multiple dates per day and totaling 28 engagements per month are required to be either unemployed or financially dependent on their parents. Who has that much leisure while holding down a job to swipe and message? Women seem to have an eventful life. In contrast to the societal tendency to presume their innocence until proven guilty, males are frequently subject to the presumption of guilt until proven innocent. In contemporary times, it is absurd that an individual can be found guilty despite having been proved innocent, or innocent despite the presence of evidence to the contrary. Women have expressed discontent regarding compliments, dating expectations, and even the attention of males. Certain men have begun to withdraw from agreements made with women after initially complying, leaving the women perplexed as to why no one is interested. Nobody seems to know what they are seeking at this point. It would be unfair to assert that every woman is seeking males. The underlying issue is that within this gynocentric society, it is possible for any woman to intentionally endanger the life of a male. A single accusation, notwithstanding its falsity, has the potential to devastate the situation. The Me Too movement's problematic slogan, "Believe all women," should not be forgotten. Subsequently, the movement appears to have abruptly resolved to take a significant swipe at males. A set of absurd and blatantly misogynistic regulations has been established, compelling males to participate in a contrived game. The majority of men are intelligent enough to avoid that type of contrived deck. It appears that many males today have this opinion regarding women, and the reasoning behind this is not difficult to discern. Their conduct has progressed to the extent that initiating a conversation with them is already a burdensome task. Irrespective of their physical attractiveness, they have evolved into individuals who are so bothersome and immature that males would rather avoid any situation that even remotely resembles discord. Therefore, why do women appear to perceive red indicators in the smallest of male actions? An important factor is the phenomenon known as hypergamy. Hypergamy is preoccupied with practicality and the natural world. When women require an outlet to release emotional baggage or exact retribution, convenience becomes a factor, particularly if they were the ones who terminated the relationship. If they have decided to depart for what they perceive to be a more advantageous opportunity, they will feel more desirable in the company of another person than alone, despondent, and aimless. Furthermore, it is crucial to not neglect the frequently disregarded exhilaration of conquest. Particularly in regards to women, love is more of an action than a sentiment, although some may disagree. Hypergamy is a difficult pill for women to digest due to its long-standing cultural indoctrination. Despite her assertion of being in a monogamous relationship with you, research indicates that instances of covert infidelity are more prevalent than genuine monogamy. This holds particularly true in Western cultures. Putting this for the moment aside, if a woman is perpetually engrossed in social media, she may be marketing herself as the product rather than a business. This is a major red flag, particularly if all of her posts are about how attractive she is or how she is constantly seeking attention. One could only contemplate the pitiful nature of these scheduled posts, which begged for attention. Comment or participate in a poll with your thoughts. She engages in open and candid conversations with men, while her phone becomes an impending magnet for the attention of other men. It is abundantly obvious on Instagram that men are entering her direct messages rather than women. What drives the hypergamy of women? It ultimately comes down to convenience, a means to release emotional baggage, exact revenge, especially if they instigated the breakup, and naturally, to feel like the hottest catch if they believe the grass is greener elsewhere. Not to mention, the exhilaration of a conquest will continue to motivate them until they resolve to love someone. There are actions involved in love, not just emotions, although some may disagree. True love entails carrying out one's responsibilities despite personal reluctance, thereby demonstrating unwavering affection through consistent conduct. What exactly are males thinking at this moment? Research indicates that males tend to favor collaborating with other males over females. This inclination signifies the increasing mistrust that males have developed towards women, particularly in recent times. They prefer to collaborate and communicate with other men in boardrooms, cubicles, and meetings. The apprehension of having their arduously earned careers destroyed by an unfounded allegation looms large. In a society that has a tendency to believe the word of women, a single false accusation could transform them into an antagonist. Men are proudly entrusted with the responsibility of providing for, safeguarding, and supporting women throughout their entire lifetimes. Despite this, the inquiry persists as to why women hold such high expectations of men, particularly when they profess to promote equality and denounce male dominance and supervision. It is not uncommon to encounter women in online discussions or social gatherings where they identify warning signs in males, but rarely bring up their own. This disparity illustrates a mentality in which women consider themselves flawless, certain of their abilities and certain of the validity of their opinions. The fact that they appear to be born with the red flag dilemma gives them a distinctive perspective on interpersonal connections. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.